Hello and welcome to another Badminton Zone live lesson. For this lesson we have Rico with us, who is a singles player. Rico, do you want to take us through a bit about your badminton?
Yeah, currently I play at the University of Brighton, but I played in the County Sussex first team with these guys. I mostly play singles and mixed, and that's kind of everything about me.
Fantastic. So in this lesson we're going to have a bit of a focus on defence, and particularly the transition from hitting a clear to then getting down and defending, something that Rico's been struggling a bit with lately, and we're going to go through today. So this first routine for defence off a high clear. To begin with, Rico, I'm not going to talk about any of the technical aspects. We're just going to see what's going on first. This first routine is a shadow plus a shot routine, which means we're going to start with a shadow, and that's going to be sort of a slightly later sort of clear dig out, we call it, nice high and deep, give yourself some time.
Okay.
And then you're going to recover, and then Dean's going to hit a sort of half smash, heavy slice down for you to then pick up.
Okay.
Good. Lucky. Good grab. Nice. If you stop there just a second, Rico. So one thing you're doing fantastically well is your actual timing. So by that, once you've hit this clear, you're timing your movement and your split once you get back at base with Dean's shot perfectly, which is brilliant.
Okay.
What we're doing at the moment is just staying a bit too tall for our defence. Okay. Now, things have changed slightly from when we were younger and how we were taught this. We were very much taught late, and then you could almost creep in quite low. If we look at the top players now, they do recover slightly higher, but the difference is when they do that split and when that opponent hits a shot, they're dropping super low. Whereas with you at the moment, you do your split, which is nice, but we're not getting low enough. So those real steep ones, you can't get down to because we're not quite low enough, we're not dropping low enough. Okay, so this next set, all I want you to focus on is when you go to split, you're really trying to get nice and low, not with the chest, we're getting low with the legs, wider base, so you can then really kind of cover the width.
But I still split as
he's about to hit it. So you can time your movement into court and then split and get nice and low. Okay?
Got it.
Good get. Nice and low. Almost. Good. Good low. Nice. So how did you find a few of those changes?
I thought they were really good actually. Like the key one to me was the being able to walk in, because actually it does remind me that when I watch the good guys as well, that they do kind of walk in and the emphasis is on this kind of being upright, the contact happens and they split low and they look for it.
Precisely, yeah.
And once I did that, then suddenly that cross stick that in the first few I was getting annihilated by, actually I started making a lot more inroads into it. And
the thing is if don't get me wrong, if you recover like this low, you're in a good position, but over 3 sets, that's just going to get more and more tiring. So actually using this recovery to kind of let yourself recover. And we've got to remember, we're playing a shadow shot here, so we don't really have a shot to time it on. When we're actually start adding in some proper clears here, you've got a bit longer. You'll be able to kind of time your recovery far better when you've got a shot to kind of view and react off. So Rico, the next progression we're going to do is actually start adding in the shot. Like we said, this is going to help you a bit more with the timing of that movement back, so you can time it more effectively with the flight of the shuttle, and they'll be able to hopefully get some more shuttles as well. So for this routine, I'm going to be at the front of the court, Dean's going to be at the back. I'm going to push to your backhand side, just push back to my forehand. I'm going to flick into your deep forehand corner. You hit a nice, big, high, defensive clear to Dean, who's then going to attack either side at you, and your job is to get the shuttle back.
Okay, so I assume the clear out is super high, right, to give me time to get to the middle?
Precisely, yeah. If we're going to hit defensive clear, the reason we're hitting a defensive clear is because we want time. So the higher, still making sure we got that depth though, is better, because you've got more time to help with that. Good, nice. Don't need to go for that one. Keep working on getting low. We're still a tad sort of, your split drop's the same, sort of just up and down at the moment.
Okay.
Not really kind of getting that real width and depth.
Okay.
Up. Okay, nice and low. Good, better. Okay, nice and low. Yes, good pickup. Oh, nice. So, one little thing there, Rico. When you are doing your timing of your movement back, I want you to allow yourself more time in a way to get there. Okay. So at the moment you're hitting and we're sort of rushing back. We get to the middle before Dean's hit it. And then you've almost got to then restart again because you're basically stopping and then having to then split drop. Whereas it's easier to continue through and continue your movement without having to stop. Okay. Because you're almost splitting twice in a way. So when we're hitting this shot, we're tracking back, and then I get here when Dean goes to hit it. So you're continuing that movement through. And for you, this might just feel like you have to move back really quite slowly. Okay. But it just means you don't have to then stop and start again.
Okay.
Well up. Okay. Great timing, really good. Good, nice. Go on, well up. Okay. Tough. Really good time on the movement though, just couldn't get that one.
Yeah, so Dave, we talked about the timing of Rico's recovery. That's very much in relation to the shot that he was playing. So he was hitting these big high clears, which means therefore he doesn't have to rush to middle. But just talk about how that would change depending if Rico played different shots.
So yeah, I mean, when we're moving, we don't, around a badminton court, we don't want to stop. We don't want to have to keep stopping and starting. So when we recover off a shot, it has to be reflective of what we played. For example, if I play a big high clear, I have more time because of the flight of the shuttle, so I can recover a bit slower for when I want to time my split for the next shot. But if I then played maybe a sort of a neutralising, flattish, fast drop, that's a much quicker flight time. So I'm going to have to recover quicker to get my timing of that split on point with when you're hitting the shuttle.
So it's all about maintaining a smooth, constant movement rather than a start-stop motion.
Precisely, yeah. Constantly moving and just upping and slowing the pace down if needed. So the next progression, Rico, for this exercise is we're going to make it a bit more single shuttle based, rally based routine. So we're going to do a routine called push downs. So I'm going to be standing in one corner at the front, pushing down to you. You're going to be defending, blocking the shuttle back. At some point, I can then flick over the top of you into the rear court. You'll then dig nice high clear out, recover as you would. Dean will attack against you. You're then looking to block the shuttle back. At that point, I'll move across to the middle of the court so you can block either side. So particularly if he hits a cross smash, you can block back straight, which you would typically in a game. So bringing more of a tactical element here. If you then go to the other side, I'll move across and we'll do push downs from that side and then reflect it on the as we continue the routine.
Okay.
Tough, tough. Well up. Okay, stay nice and low. Good. Good. Okay. Good. Well done, well up. Good. I mean, that brings in a good tactical element there, Rico, in that Dean's hit a good cross smash at you, and we've just tried to hit it too hard back. Yeah. So even though I'm here and I wouldn't be in a game, Dean would have hit that smash and followed up as he did. Yeah. Whereas when we're sort of under pressure, kind of on the kind of back foot, we want to be able to almost control that block back. Okay. So he's got to move quite far, and it's an easier shot. We're hitting the shot a lot less than actually if we're sort of slapping at the shuttle, trying to hit it quite hard. Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Nice. Okay, ready? Good, yeah, very good. So Rico, how did we find that routine?
Well, it's much better. Like, firstly, this having you push down at the net meant I had to stay low, and then I had to decide when I wanted to explode off to try and get into a corner. And I noticed that as the routine went on, I got a bit more tired. I started going further up.
Yeah.
And then it was more energy for me to keep going up and down. And the only times I think I got caught was when I wasn't kind of small feeting, and then actually I get caught and then clear short, and then Dean would put it away.
Precisely, and it just shows us, it reinforces the flight time. With the push downs, you don't have that long flight time to go up and down, so you have to stay nice and low. When we're hitting these high clears, you've got that flight time where you can give yourself a bit of respite on the legs. Yeah. And that brings in a really good singles tactic there. And sometimes when we're playing these longer sets, high clears, high lifts, give yourself some time, bit of recovery. Those little seconds, we are only talking about seconds, but they give you that respite you might need. So if we're keeping it all fast and flat, you're not going to get that respite.
Yeah.
And then we just spoke a little bit about shot choice, and we've got to remember when we're sort of digging out high clear, we're under pressure, we've given them a chance to attack well. So when we're defending, we want to do the most simple thing, and that's probably a block, because our racket's doing the least amount of movement there. We just need to get the strings to the shuttle. And if we're hitting too hard and deep, you're just hitting back to them when they're in a good position, giving them less time to have to get to the shuttle, and they're going to be kind of even more on top of you. So Rico, this final routine, we're completely opening it out. It's 2v1 defense versus attack. So I'm going to be at the front, Dean's going to be at the back. You're going to start with a nice high lift. Dean's then going to attack to you, and you've got the freedom to block to me, relift to Dean. We can put you into all four corners, but I want to see that sort of changing of that kind of speed back and through with the recovery, making sure you're low at the right times for your defense, and sort of that tacticalness of the shots we're playing. And we'll talk through that as we go on whether we're playing the right shots or what shot we could play to be a bit tactically in a better place.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Okay, nice and low. Unlucky, good shot. Up, up. Up. Okay, nice and low. Oh. Well up. Good. Okay. Nice. Just really focus on that sort of lowness when we hit even the lifts. Okay. Now, because we're hitting the lifts, it's the same as the clears. You give yourself time, but we still need to be nice and low, getting ready, because he's in the good position to hit good attacking shots there. Okay. Ready? Voila. Nice. I mean, that's a really good kind of thing to look at there, Rico, and there's nothing wrong with your defense there. It was the clear. Yeah. It was high, but it was short. And then that kind of brings into what is one of the number one big things, what makes a good defense: height and depth of your clear or your lift. And that's kind of number one. So there's nothing wrong with defense there, but the shot before was so important for all your defense to be working effectively. Okay. Yeah. Couple more. Well up. Get it? Well up. Come on, recover. Well up. Yeah. Stuff.
So David, you're obviously promoting Rico hitting these high clears, but it's really important to emphasise that they're only effective if we are getting them to the back. And actually we saw the impact on Rico if he was short on length.
Precisely. I think it is the number one first thing for a good defence is height and depth.
Yeah.
Because you could have the best defence in the world, but if you hit a half-court lift, most people are going to hit through you.
Yeah.
But you could have an average defence, but if you could hit a really high, deep lift consistently, that defence can look really good. So, for example, with Rico, he's missing quite a few of his sort of the high clears from the back. So for him, actually practicing that a bit more, being more consistent in his contact, will actually help his defence overall.
And also you could probably suggest that maybe that Rico could bring the height down a little because they were going so unbelievably high.
Yeah.
So actually the distance the shuttle was travelling was a very, very long way.
Yeah.
But we were sacrificing the depth for just the height.
There's a combination of the two you've got to find. It has to be enough height to give you time and go over the top of your opponent, but enough depth as well, so we're getting them right to the back. So Rico, we covered a lot of different areas there, but the main theme was sort of your recovery off a clear for your defence. Looked at you getting low, looked at you timing a bit better with your movement in. How did you find everything?
Oh, it was really good actually. There were a few really key points like this. Splitting out a lot more, made it a lot more comfortable for me to kind of get down to lower shots, and also makes me think that when I leave there's something to work on, because actually the whole session was around this transition between going low to high, and I realised actually you were right that I spent most of my time up high, so actually getting flicks were okay, but when Dean was hitting down it was a real struggle.
Yeah.
And that point you brought up before about the actual clear was actually when I found a good depth, Dean couldn't really hit any winners or anything, but as soon as it went near that kind of front box area, I was in real trouble because it's really hard to defend from it.
I mean, what was great is we did see some really good improvements there, and I'm so glad you felt that, because for you to be able to feel that, you can take it away now and go just put it into your training a bit more and then get a lot more back in your defence. So we hope you enjoyed this live lesson focusing on singles defence. If you have any questions on anything we've gone through, please put it down in the comments. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. And as always, if you've liked this video, please hit the like and subscribe button and head over to our Instagram and give us a follow. We have Rico with us, who is a singles player. Rico, do you want to?
I surely I've got to wait for the audience, right? I've got to care. I mostly play singles and mixed, and singles and mixed.
All right.
The mix bit out.
I'm telling you, Dean, I'm dangerous now. I was trying to put men's doubles in there.
So how did you find those changes, Rico?
I thought they were useless.
Because that evidently is how you would. Oh god. Okay.
I was kind of there. I was like, you know what? I should dive pushes me.
Blue.
You right? I get the minutes just there. Yeah. I don't want the people to think I'm not a fitness machine, you know.
It's good. Go on!
Ah!
A racket. Oh! Close.
I've got the direction now.